The cops in Brawley, California aren't talking, claiming the death of Bud Roberts is an ongoing investigation. But Bud's family attorney, John Oman, has reviewed the Brawley police report.
We look at evidence in two fashions, which we refer to as direct evidence or circumstantial evidence. From the information provided to me through the Brawley Police Department, all roads lead to Susan.
And it appears those roads dead end here. This is where we find Sue's most recent address and where we hope to get her side of the story. Along for the ride is retired homicide and cold case investigator Tim Miley from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Tim has spent 20 years investigating homicide cases, and after reviewing police and medical examiners' reports, he's convinced Sue holds the answers to some key questions. So we're gonna go to Sue's house now and see if we can find her.
It'd be great if we could ask her the questions that we need to be asked.
So we want to talk to Sue because she's the only other person who was in that house when Bud was shot.
That's correct. There's only 2 people in that room, and she's the only one who's still living.
It's not hard to find Sue's home, but now we just need to find Sue. Sue, it's Crime Watch Daily. Sue, it's Anna Garcia from Crime Watch Daily. We want to talk to you about your husband's death. You were the last one to see him alive, Sue. We're looking for you. And we must be in the right spot. In mere minutes, we are surrounded by who we believe to be Sue's relatives.
Why are you guys videotaping? I live right here.
Oh, we're looking for Sue.
Don't film me though, so don't film me, right?
Well, I'm just answering your question.
No, okay, but
I'm-
don't you have to film me.
Okay,
I
I'm
can let you know
honest-
where she's at though, but don't film me.
Okay,
Sorry.
I'm being cool with you, right?
So am I. Okay.
All right.
She was renting right here for my sister, like for about 5 months, and she's in Ecuador right now.
She's in Ecuador.
Yes.
Ecuador, investigator Miley has been watching Sue's house and says he knows she's in town. Then suddenly a truck pulls up out of nowhere.
No, it's my sister.
Okay.
Hey, stop filming, man. Stop filming. I'm gonna tell you where she's at. Just don't film me.
Well, how are we going to find her in Ecuador?
Okay, look it.
So you're my property.
Okay, well, don't film me.
Well, I want you on my property right now.
We've worn out our welcome, not that we ever had one, and dip into a nearby cafe where investigator Miley breaks down what just happened. So why do you think everybody on the street got so mad when we showed up?
They were way too involved not to be family members. They were way too irate and too protective not to be related to Sue.
So if you were analyzing their reaction to us and our cameras, what do you think that means about them?
That they're related somehow. The ones who came out and became very aggressive. 2 cars drove up with people getting out to confront us. So obviously somebody made a phone call and brought them over to protect her.
My expectation is that, generally speaking, justice is served and that ultimately there is a prosecution and a conviction.
But until the Brawley Police Department makes an arrest or the DA decides to prosecute, the homicide case of Bud Roberts remains open and unsolved, and Sue Roberts remains a free woman. Very free.
She was divorced recently, and
Wait a minute, what do you mean divorced? After Bud died?
After Bud, yeah, she was married and she was divorced again in very similar circumstances.
What do you mean similar circumstances? He's dead?
No.
Well, it's like, what does that mean?
Bankruptcy.
But we wanted to hear that straight from the source. So we tracked down Sue's other ex-husband, Arnie Eaton, and in a Crime Watch Daily exclusive phone interview, he tells us about his marriage to Sue. And his story is an all too familiar one.
I sat down with Sue and said, well, we're not going to do this. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life paying off credit card bills.
He claims that just months into their marriage, he discovered she was using his credit cards to buy thousands of dollars of knickknacks.
Then she told me that, she was sorry and didn't realize it and blah, 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 blah. And she would, curb that and everything would be okay. But that came up 2 or 3 times, and so that's when I asked her for a divorce.
Then the $1 million question. So what do you really think happened to Bud Roberts?
Only God and Sue Roberts knows that.
Do you regret marrying Sue?
Oh, yeah.
Regret and relief. Eaton also told Anna they didn't keep guns in their house, adding, quote, if she would have had a gun, maybe things would have been different. To date, Sue Roberts has never been charged or named as a suspect in connection with Bud's death. However, we do know Brawley police have submitted their case as a homicide to the district attorney's office. We will update you when and if any charges are filed.